Chalnath Dispatches at all costs.
By Strategos Transcript 985 UFY001. Data Conclave Tritarium Rho Nihil Chal. Astrogator Mutalis Redacted. Classification Crimson. Transcriptus Lex Mechanic Gref Fusilius. Excerpt 114263. Excerpt in loading. Excerpt in loading. Excerpt. Extract orientation Xload. Location redacted. Present. Lord Marshal Arthur Cantador. Subfile Warzone Chalnath Senior Command Personnel appended. General Jolens K. Subfile Chalnath Expanse Senior Command Personnel appended. Rear Admiral Zethwin Shalondigos. Subfile Warzone Chalnath Senior Command Personnel appended. Strategio Primary redacted. Subfile purged. Extract commences. General K. Reading from data slate. Vocal patterns suggest suppressed emotional strain.
Further to previous strategic inloads from...
Redacted.
I am therefore forced to conclude that the Cassandra system is now directly translated by Tau forces, pushing out from what Strategos have translated as their Startide Nexus. This latest threat comes upon the heels of the Xenos invasions of the Tharaxal, Pekon, and Balua systems, amongst others. Full data inloads of the developing situation can be found in the appended files that I would suggest.
Lord Marshal Cantador. Vocal patterns elevated throughout excerpt.
I don't have time for a quiet reading list, General. Give me a concise summarization. What's at risk here?
General K.
Lord Marshal, the Cassandra system carries considerable strategic and military value, especially when one considers the fragmented nature of the wider conflict within the Chalnath's expanse. The entire region lying well within the Imperium Nihilis. Should the Tau succeed in gaining a tangible foothold within the Cassandra system, there are a number of...
Rear Admiral Shalondigos.
Volcus, Lord Marshal. We stand to lose Volcus and the Alpha asset along with it, and frankly, unless the God Emperor is inclined to send us a miracle, I see precious little hope of any other outcome.
Lord Marshal Cantador. The vocalization volume suggests extreme agitation.
How long were you going to dither over your accursed slates before you admitted that? Hey, absolutely unacceptable.
Rear Admiral Shalondigos.
Without Volcus, there is no Alpha asset, and without that, we risk losing the entire Cassandra system.
Lord Marshal Cantador.
Don't tell me what I already know. Tell me what you intend to do about it. Kay, what about the 46th Task Force?
13.6 gap in vocalizations. Background noise of hasty operation of multiple data slates. General K. Vocal patterns indicative of heightened discomfort.
Here, the 46th Task Force were diverted to Astro Gorgias, and, no. My apologies, Lord Marshal. The last report has them heavily invested in ongoing operations around the Sagittarian fields. They look to have suffered heavy losses.
Lord Marshal Cantador.
Emperor, give me strength. What about High Lord Tribune Lavardis' lot?
General K.
Regrettably, Lord Marshal, High Tribune Lavardis and her entire command were, yes, they were caught up in the Malaga refinery incident. Catastrophic losses, I'm afraid. Likely 100%.
Lord Marshal Cantador. Vocal pattern suppressed, suggestive of menace.
Well, what about the 86th Army Group? They were placed on reserve in the Cassandra system for just an eventuality, were they not?
6.4 gap in vocalizations. Background noise of further data slate operation. General K.
They were, Lord Marshal.
Lord Marshal Cantador.
But...
General K.
Due to adverse astropathic interference, the 86th are currently out of communication. I am told it is due to to spare you the details, Lord Marshal, we are attempting to regain contact, but it has so far cost us 3 astropaths. Efforts are ongoing, but...
Lord Marshal Cantador.
Rear Admiral, come on, Chalnath. You must have something. We cannot afford to lose the Cassandra system. The Emperor expects...
Rear Admiral Chalnath. Focal patterns defensive.
Out of the question, Lord Marshal. The Xenocult sabotage at
Redacted.
shipyards cost us 2 cruisers. The
Redacted.
warp channel has all but collapsed, and the Imperial churns like a damned cauldron. Without the light of the Astronomicon to guide us, we cannot commit a flotilla of sufficient size to counter the Tau threat to Volcus. The risks would simply be too high.
Lord Marshal Cantador. Background Vox pickup detects the Lord Marshal's clenched fist striking his hollow lectern repeatedly.
Too high? By the God Emperor, we have a holy duty to defend this region against the pernicious aggression of this Xenos filth. If we lose Volcus, then we lose the Alpha Asset. Do you understand? That cannot be allowed to happen.
Strategio Primary redacted.
Lord Marshal, there might be a way.
Lord Marshal Cantador.
Well, don't just lurk there in the damned shadows. Out with it.
Strategio Primary redacted.
I should warn you, my lord, this will jeopardize the ongoing campaign on the agri-world of Wild Reach. That will, in turn, risk severe interruption of food supplies to the Sadiag frontier world.
Lord Marshal Cantador.
Understood. Get on with it.
General K. Vocal patterns agitated.
Lord Marshal, are you certain?
4.5 second gap in vocalizations. Non-verbal communication between Lord Marshal Cantador and General K. Lord Marshal Cantador.
I am waiting. Strategio Primary.
Strategio Primary redacted.
We could pull.
Code phrase overlay Dracus Ferocita.
Out of Operation Vortex, Tempestor Magnificant Western has a 100% combat effectiveness record. Her forces only just committed to the war on Wild Reach and could easily be rapidly extracted with minimum disruption.
General K. Vocal patterns strained.
Minimal disruption? Thrown alive. What about the agri-world? What about the...
4-second gap in vocalizations. Background noise of further data slate operation. General K. Vocal patterns strained.
The 199th Mordian Heavy and the 767th Vitruvian Lancers. They've been clinging on for 39 cycles, crying out for reinforcement. Are we really going to rip their saviors away again so quickly? Morale will collapse.
Lord Marshal Cantador.
Strategio Primary, can you guarantee me that...
Code phrase overlay Dracus Ferocitor.
are capable of securing the Alpha Asset against the Tau?
Strategio Primary redacted.
Not to put too fine a point on it, Lord Marshal, but they are veritable living weapons, every last one of them. Fanatics, brutal, utterly without mercy, and trained and equipped to the highest standard. Their transport vessels are still in orbit over Wild Reach, and their shipmasters will gladly brave the fiercest warp currents if it means seeing the God Emperor's will made manifest. You give the order, and
Code phrase overlay Dracus Ferocitor.
we'll see them fulfilled with the maximum possible enemy bloodshed.
Lord Marshal Cantador.
Then it is so given.
General K.
Lord Marshal, I really must protest. The agri-world,
Lord Marshal Cantador.
let those it fed subsist upon their faith. Such should be sustenance enough for any loyal servant of the God Emperor. Solutions, General, not excuses.
Code phrase overlay Dracus Velocitor.
Will redeploy to Volcus with immediate effect. Its importance is paramount. Let them darken the skies above the Alpha Asset and purge our foes without mercy.
Strategio Primary redacted.
In the Emperor's name, Lord Marshal.
Rear Admiral Shalon Digos.
In the Emperor's name.
General K.
In the Emperor's name. And throne help us all.